What do you think? Do you like my hat? Can I get away with it? We've got a fashion segment coming up. Now, back in my day, the coolest way to get to school was by walking in your newest tackies. Old times have changed.
This could so easily go wrong.
Slowly.
He has to make it all about him. Look what he can do.
Yes.
Traffic bow.
I'm thinking about does he expect a do you expect a Bula bus?
Thank you.
Let's give him a Bula
Now,
bus.
if you are looking to travel in style, or maybe not,
Are you out of breath?
to school, college, our work, our gadget guy Colin Baker is here to get us sorted. Colin,
Good morning, Tommy.
I'm going to go back off for a spin on this.
Not a
Leave
bad
you guys
job.
away again.
Fair play to you.
You're well into this. Okay, he's off doing it. Lads,
And that
check
is
out
not easy. Just to be clear with everybody, it took me about half an hour just to get up on the thing yesterday.
Check out that form.
He was
He's
up in 2
surfer.
minutes.
Come here. He's going to break something on you.
Ex-athlete, you'd know it.
You break
Okay.
it, you buy it. Okay.
Let's move on.
How are we
need
getting?
more
We're
pads.
getting to school different ways these days. We're trying to cut down on car traffic and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know
Colin.
what's been really, really popular lately? I was actually talking to a friend of mine, insurance, and she was saying that the second car in families is starting to get sold off and forgotten about and cancelled out.
Yeah.
On the basis of more environmentally friendly methods like this to get to school, but not just more environmentally friendly methods. Check out this Riese and Muller.
This thing costs the same price as a car.
Well, it depends on the car. These range from about £5,000 up to nearly €10,000.
What?
Yeah, and that's whether you go for the cheap ones or the amazing ones. Now, I've seen a lot of them around, and I wanted to go straight to the top. So this is a German brand, it's the sort of very tip of the quality iceberg, if you like.
What's it called now?
It's a Riese and Muller. This one's about €7,000, and this will take up to 3 small kids in the front, as you saw with Alan earlier on. It's an e-bike, so it'll do you a round trip of between 40 and 50 kilometres. And the idea with this, of course, is, I mean, it is, for a lot of people, replacing the second car.
Yeah.
But you've also got the advantage that if you make a journey every morning, regardless of traffic, you make it exactly on time. If the journey takes 20 minutes, that's exactly how long it takes every morning. So you're never late.
I just think
assuming you leave
going
on
to
time.
going to school, this would be so handy.
Completely.
Stick my 2 kids in and
then
whiz
when they
up.
grow up, by the way, it does modify, it's modular to like 1 seat or 2 seats or cargo.
Yeah.
You can actually, a friend of mine moved his entire office, printers and everything in this yesterday. So it's a cargo bike as well, but it is an e-bike. So as you found earlier on, as you cycle, it assists you.
Yeah,
They're fully
kicks in.
legal. A lot of people wonder about the safety of them as well. I mean, ultimately, every road use has a level of risk.
They've been using them on the continent for quite a long time.
Yeah,
You see them over there all the time.
And in
Finally getting to
Australia,
us.
I think they're
Is
really
it in
big
Australia?
as well.
Never
You
going to live
weren't
it
a big
down.
fan.
That rain cover is going to be very
Let's
handy in Ireland.
Move on here.
Alice.
This is my goddaughter Alice, and she's demonstrating the crazy cart. Give us a little
Drive up
scooch
there,
around
Alice.
there, Alice. Yeah, and do some mad turns. Yeah, so this actually does, it goes quite, Alice is a very safe driver, in fairness
She
to
was
her.
down
She's
there,
been
she was
raised
booting
well.
around earlier on.
Scooch down the hill there, see if
So
you can
what's
make
this?
it.
Is this to get people to school? Like, or is
Yeah,
this
well, why
for a
not?
bit of crack?
It is a crazy cart, and so it is. These are €349 or so, and they do actually. If you twist them, they'll actually drift. You know, drifting. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're into
okay,
drifting.
yeah.
But it does about 40 minutes on one charge. It's kind of a crazy way of getting to school. I don't think you're going to let them out on their own to go down the M50.
No,
But
not a great
it's certainly
idea.
a fun
I'd be
way.
happy to let my daughter go on that, and I take this.
Well, that's a fair deal.
What's this?
Yeah, this is a Knaap electric bike. This is one of my favourite electric bikes at the moment. Well, one, it's quite reasonable for its quality. This is about just under €2,000. There's a range of about 60, 70
€2,000
kilometres.
still hefty enough, is it?
Yeah,
Or
but you
in
see,
terms
the thing
of
about electric
e-bike?
bikes, I've been through a lot of them, and if you go too cheap, they do fall apart.
That's
It's
it.
not something you want to happen when you're belting down the road at
It's an
25
investment.
kilometres an hour.
And you will save money potentially if you're not
I've
taking a car.
saved, like, that's my scooter, and I worked out that I paid for the scooter in 5 months. Just by having the scooter and commuting on
Wow.
that instead. It would be very similar on something like
Can you
this.
give us can you go do your thing?
Do your
Okay.
thing. Come
I'll go
on,
do my
Tommy.
thing.
Like,
I'll
he
leave
needs
you
to
at
be
it again.
encouraged.
Mad to do
Watch
his
your
things with all
toes.
this. Mind Alice there, don't kill the child.
Sorry,
The
Alice.
idea with those is, again, it's pedal assist, so they're fully legal. And of course, with the amount of cycle lanes that we're getting now, it's a huge advantage for people to move across from the bus, train,
Sorry, the
and
big
the car
happy,
to
the
something
happy
cool like
head in
this.
him.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
You can't help
this
smiling,
morning.
in fairness.
But you just mentioned there with that it is fully, like it's fine to go on the road
fully
because
road
it is
legal.
pedal, but these are an issue.
There's a huge question mark. Look, I'm sure you've been across to Paris and places abroad where there's thousands of these on the roads.
Yeah.
City streets, urban areas are changing drastically. There just isn't the room for the amount of cars there is. So we do need to look at alternatives like this.
Yeah.
This is an E2 or an Etwow electric scooter. This is one of the top models. This is my own one. Now this is quite fast. This is capable of up to 40 kilometers an hour. The regulations coming in fact, the regulations that are almost in, and we've been promised are taking shape, restricted to 25 kilometers an hour. People often ask me about the safety of these. Look, think of it as a bike. It's a bike that you don't sweat as much on. It does a similar speed. The physics and geometry are the same. The visibility on the road are very similar. The only difference here is you can fold it up and take it into the office or into school, and you've got more visibility. You know, on a bike when you're down like that and you've got limited view, on this you're higher than on a bicycle and you can see more and they can see you better as well. So arguably it's actually safer than a bicycle.
I suppose there are some issues with it with people who are footpath users, but also at the moment,
go on a footpath.
Sorry, but because there is no legislation, it can be seized by the Gardaí.
There is legislation, and we've been assured by the Ombudsman that there will be no arrests for using these.
Okay.
It's going to be very similar. The only reason it's being delayed is because of COVID and the lack of ability for the Shannon to meet
coming
up
in for the end of the year.
Finally.
Yes, finally, and most importantly, according to you,
the one
you're
wheel.
Going to try it again. The one wheel is not a toy by any means.
No, certainly
Even
is not.
Alice doesn't want to go up on it. It's really, really, I mean, potentially, it's like snowboarding on the road. I think you'll agree. It's potentially fast. It's off-road as well. It does, if you're into skateboarding, kind of sports like this.
I can't stop, so I'm just going.
This could be for you, but let's be clear, you don't take your 9-year-old kid and stick it, put them on this to go to school.
I'm thinking about good vibrations. Do you feel like a surfer?
I love it.
Do you feel like a surfer?
Don't you just feel more cool when you're on it?
Is this when you wanted like something like this, and now it's like...
So does that speed up? Like it
Yeah,
goes,
this will do up to about 15 to 20 kilometers an hour when you really push, but it's very smart. It'll actually slow you down if you overspeed and tilt you back. But as you can see, enormous wheel, and the idea behind that is beaches. So if you want to go out on the beach with this, out on fields, it's all terrain, unlike most of the other e-devices.
Lucy, I think you've got a new gadget coming home for some strange reason. It's all happening.
Thank you. Back to the Future.
Is that how you're getting it? Back from the future.
Future of .ie. Alice, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Good, eh?
Yeah, she's a star, absolutely.
Right,
We'll get you instead of Colin more often. Thank you for that. Now, after the break, we'll be chatting to the Olympians, Aidan and Michaela Walsh.
She's off. Stay with us. We're right back after this. Our hats.